intensity, match frequency, short duration between matches. Therefore, recovery must be a paramount issue in the training cycle. Players will often go through daily training loads throughout the course of the season, so which recovery and monitoring that recovery is paramount. In the league soccer, if we can monitor this recovery, the assessments will be non-invasive, easy to administer, and also be sensitive to daily fluctuations in training load. So today, this relationship between recovery and training load is good in endurance sports. An example there from Manch 2013 shows a number of participants going through 2 weeks of training load, 3 groups. One group increased their training load, one maintained, one reduced it. From the graph you can see, the group actually increased their training load, had a reduction or an increase on the graph here in heart rate recovery, so a slower heart rate recovery after the second week. So this shows in endurance sport, particularly cycling as well, that the relationship and sensitivity of the recovery tools, they are sensitive to the training load. Fortunately, there's only a few studies in team sports. Bukai et al. 2013, they looked at professional AFL players over a 2-week pre-season camp. They also wanted training load, monitored various array of recovery indices, as you can see on the bottom of the graph there. They actually found moderate correlation between various subjective mood state scores, fatigue, soreness, and also heart rate variability to training load. They also monitored cortisol, but did not find any correlation whatsoever to training load. So this is the only sort of study in team sports, but although it's the only one, it does give us hope to see more correlations like that in elite soccer. So the aim of our study was to quantify the relationship between daily training load and a range of recovery markers in elite soccer players during a competitive phase in the season. So for the methods, we used 10 of the elite players over a 17-day period. Every morning, recovery markers were taken, and the players went through their daily training load periodization as directed by the coaches. Although when they trained, they used GPS to mark the total and high intensity distance, the number of high accelerations, and also arc trim, and the time of baseline and heart rate max was also calculated. So for the recovery markers, you can see in the brackets data from our lab showing the day-to-day natural variation of measures, which is very important. So the first group of recovery measures were subjective mood state scores. So we used levels of fatigue, muscle soreness, and also sleep quality. We also used a counter movement jump on the force plate, and the heart rate indices used the heart rate recovery percentage and heart rate variability. We measured this using a 5-minute standardised cycloergometer test. This was followed directly by a 5-minute perceived recovery, for which we took the heart rate recovery percentage and also the heart rate variability. In this case, we used the log of the RMSSD. The statistical method used was a multiple regression. We pulled the data from from every subject, and we put that into each dependent variable with the correlation. So for the results, first slide, just an introduction to the results, just to show the variation in training load for different parameters. As you can see, the undulating effect, which illustrates the periodization of the training that was taken in. Also on the graph, you can see the percent CV, so the variation over that time. This obviously gives an indication of that periodization effect. So for the recovery markers, first of all, the subjective ones, fatigue, sleep quality, and muscle soreness. Again, the variability across a 17-day period, and the percent CVs on the graph. It's quite interesting to see that the CVs So for the heart rate indices, same again, the variation across the 17-day period. And again, the percent CVs indicate the variation. Again, higher than the variation day to day, which states the actual sensitivity these recovery measures have to training load. So the second part of the results is for the correlations. This is the correlation matrix table. So over on the left-hand side, we have the training load indices, and on the top, we have the recovery indices. So first, where R is less than 0.2, this is where there is negligible correlation between the recovery and training load indices. It's interesting to see the counter movement jump on the near side here failed to correlate significantly with any of the training load markers, although this indice was actually the lowest day-to-day natural variation, so it had the less noise. Okay, so the correlations we found in the high intensity distance, as that increased, the T sleep quality actually decreased. Secondly, the RP trim, as that increased, sleep quality again decreased after that. For the heart rate measures, as the time of 80% heart rate max increased, so did the heart rate recovery. Although this means the heart rate recovery actually got slower, so there's obviously that sensitivity to the training mode. Finally, as well, as the number of high accelerations increased, heart rate variability decreased. So the parasympathetic tone lowered, which is obviously linked to various aerobic and previous papers stating that. Just quickly at the end, there was some unexpected correlations found with training load, particularly total distance. So as total distance increased, sleep quality seemed to get better, and also soreness. These are unexplained correlations from our results. So, to conclude, the subjective mood state scores, particularly the sleep quality and also the heart rate indices, heart rate recovery percentage and variability, seem to be sensitive to the daily fluctuations in train load holdings on players. This is good. It confirms observations in all cycling, endurance sports, and also in the previous series of mood vitality variability in AFL players. So going forward, these indices, if they're going to be used in all each sport for the non-invasive environment, these indices seem to be the best, most sensitive to track daily fluctuations in training load. Okay, lastly, I'd like to thank the supervisor team from John Moore's, Teesside and Aspire, and also thank Manch2013 for football as well.